My name is Grace, and my question was, how does poverty affect children growing up? What I came to realize was that those that grow up poor have a life more full than those who get their lives handed to them. The worth of material things, such as phones and branded clothing, doesn't matter when you're struggling to have food to keep going every day and water to be able to clean yourself and wash your clothing. I first want to take a personal approach and say that growing up, I was raised by my dad, and I have 5 other siblings. He had to provide for all of us. He was far from lazy. He worked weeks on end, a day or two off here and there, and his workdays started as the sun came up and ended as it was going down, 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. My older siblings are all boys, and we were so poor I didn't get my own clothing. I wore what didn't fit them anymore. Later on, my mom got 2 jobs. She worked at a hotel and at a birth center, which really does not pay much. Together, there was 3 jobs. Those jobs took care of the house and the food for the most part. It took swallowing some pride for my parents to receive money from the state in order to feed us. I remember when I was really young, we ate rice and soup a lot. Next, I want to bring in an article from autotrader.com. They took a survey on parents that have kids that are at the age to drive, and 41% said that they bought their child's first car for them. Those that don't get that luxury then have to work in order to get the money for their own car. Some are just working for a car. Other kids have to work for everything they own, on their own. A research done by the Urban Institute found that nearly a third of the 563,000 teenage dropouts left school in order to work. A third of the kids contribute more than 20% of the total annual income of their households, and a tenth contribute more than 50%. Meaning that there are kids everywhere that don't even get to finish their education because they have to work and earn money to sustain their families instead. Those that stay in school tend to struggle more. In Educating the Other America, Susan Newman states that more than 50 years of research indicate that children who are poor hear a smaller number of words with more limited complexity and fewer conversation. Not only is school hard for them, academically, but socially. You know the kid people make fun of for being dirty? What you don't know is that the water at his house got shut off and he can't shower. There are people all around in this school even that struggle with their home income. That's why some schools have taken action and made uniform dress codes. Though some believe that dress codes don't give kids the right to express themselves, an article on Kosher Casuals says that dress codes in school settings reduce social conflict and peer pressure that may be associated with appearance. Finally, I want to say that kids are brought in the world that have no choice but to live a life of hustling each day. You can't decide your parents' wealth, and sometimes not even your parents can. Research shown in USA Today says that 19.4% of Hispanic and Latino Americans live in poverty, far above the nationwide poverty 13.4% for all Americans. Just the ethnicity of one can affect their ability to make money. To conclude, I want to make you consider opening your mind to those you may think are weird. Those that may not seem to shower and may not be as smart as you. It may not be their fault, so please try to understand before you're so quick to judge.